Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And today it's an Eiffel store project share. I'm also going to be sharing one of my dies because I've done it in a different way, and also a small Hobby Lobby haul. So first of all, because it's an Eiffel doodah, I will do the doodahs first. Right, so first up, I've cut the trees. The trees are absolutely gorgeous, and these are cuts and toppers today because I'm still donating them, and people at the old folks home where I send them to, they're still on lockdown, bless them, so they've got things to make. So I cut them in pink and in mint green. That paper there is from Joann's, and they're just gorgeous. Try and get them in the picture. I mean, obviously you can cut them in whatever colour you want, but the really nice thing about these is they leave an aperture that you can stencil through, which is absolutely awesome. And to do that, I kept mine whole. All you'd have to do is just separate your dies, and I would use the largest one, and then into the hole you can do oh, what's the colour? Is it Stormy Sky in Distress Oxide? Just a little bit, so you've got a pale shadow, and then pop your tree on and decide which area, you know, your light direction is coming from. So that is the first one. And the next ones, I'm working on paper this morning and everything is sliding around. People asked to see the houses, so I did the chocolate pot, and this is one that I'd done I think last year or 2 years ago, and a different store was doing it, so I've done that one. I've done the sort of stripy hat mushroom top beach house style one, and I did the classic gingerbread, which is a really pretty one, and I can measure those made up. But before I get carried away with myself, I'll grab the biggest of the trees out of here, and those two are the same height, and they are, whoops, let's have a look at that, just over 3¼ inches. Right, so first let's do the beachy house, and as I said, these are just toppers, so there it is. And I tried to stay in the sort of like colour guidelines of what was on the website. So that is that one, and it's got lots of really cute details, and of course goes really well with the pink. And the only thing missing from that for me, if I was going to make a card, is a flamingo. And there are lots of people obviously who live by the sea and have flamingos, and that would be a great one to do as a Christmas card. Right, let me have a look. We are at 3½ inches on the little beachy house. It's almost gnome-like, isn't it, with that little hat top? And then next up is the teapot, and it's a chocolate teapot, and once again I use the colours on the website, except you're supposed to have lights all the way along the string, and I've got 2 lights, but I decided to use my little candy cane slices there from AliExpress, along with a few of the sprinkles on the chocolate and the lid. But it's just really, really cute, really easy to make. It looks difficult, but it's not. Right, we are at 4 inches, and then up there we are at 2¾ inches. So that is the chocolate pot. And then next up is the classic gingerbread, and I used the same colours again, or similar colours, and then I got carried away because you get a load of little sort of like dots with this die, which are supposed to be like gumdrops, and I thought, no, I'm going to switch that out. I'm going to use pearls. So there is my little gingerbread house, and there you go. And it's got a sort of vanilla frosting, and all of these I've used my markers to colour them in. So that is the really, really cute gingerbread house, and I am going to measure that one, and I'm going to say that that one is 3 inches high, and then going by the width to the candy canes, 2 3/4 inches. So they're going to be great on cards and also adorable on tags. You have to excuse my throat. Right, this is where I digress, because I got these out and I'm looking at the pink and I'm thinking, I designed a gingerbread die last year, and it comes in 2 parts, so that you've got a base and you've got something that you can obviously onto the base layer all the facial pieces. And I've got one mixed up inside another die. I'll just move that. And this is the die. And I did it with little hearts so that it can be used at Valentine's Day as well if you wanted to, because people eat gingerbread all year round, and that is the base die. Now, on the Surprise Creation website, I've already used it like that, and you know, that's cutting cardstock, and all the little hearts and everything will drop inside, and you glue it all to the base so that your bits don't drop out, and of course you have a nice tidy back. But I've ordered myself a bunch of stamps from Peachy Keen because they've reopened their store again. So I decided I was just going to use my base die because it's such a great size, and their stamps just fit perfectly. So I just did 2 little gingerbread to show you that if you've got those stamps, you can decorate up your gingerbread, and you know, you can pop your stamps on there and they fit perfectly. That's the 1 3/8 size stamp on here. So I just wanted to share that with you, that if you've already got that die and you're thinking about Peachy Keen stamps, then they do fit, and I just think that's really, really cute. So that was my little bit of digression there. So now on to my haul. So where do I start? 40% off everything, and I got myself some Ranger embossing powder, and this one is called Pink Tinsel. Regularly $5.99, but 40% off. Look at that, isn't that pretty? I'm looking forward to just throwing that on everything. Donuts, ice cream cones, you name it. Very nice. And I also got myself some new scissors. These were $11.99 with 40% off, and with the 40% off, it basically brings them down to the price of most stores. So I do like these, and my other pair is always gunked up with the glue from foam tape and stuff, so I thought I'm going to get myself a pair. I'll put a little sticky label around it so I know that this is just for ribbons and paper and for keeping clean. So I got myself those, and then I got myself some tiny little clips, because I do like little clips for popping on journal pages and stuff, and $5.99 40% off, so I got those. I got myself some new StazOn, because I don't know what's happened to my older StazOn ink pads. I've got re-inker and what have you, but it's just not re-inking right. It's getting very, very watery, and I don't know whether that's because of the heat or humidity. So I got a brand new one. This was $7.99 and then 40% off, because I do like my StazOn ink. And then I got this. It was $2.99, 40% off, and it's the white pom-pom trim, and it was the last one on the shelf, which is probably why it was the last one. The box was all broken, but I looked at it and it's still clean, so I'm just going to unwind it and put it onto my own bobbin, and it's really, really pretty. So pom-pom trim. And I got some gold and some silver twine, because I just love little mini tinsels. It's perfect for putting onto little houses and Christmas cards, and that's $1.99 each of those, and it was 40% off. And then I got myself an ornament, because you have to when you're in Hobby Lobby. I got myself several little ornaments, and I got the candy canes in the glass jar. Now obviously it would be super easy to make this yourself, but I doubt you could do it for $3.99 with 40% off. And I love the little wibbly wobbly clay heart, so I got that one. And it's also a nice little photo prop when you're doing your Christmas stuff. So I got that, and I've already shown those. And I got myself a gingerbread. There you go. Gotta love your gingerbread. covered in glitter. This is quite large. It's about 6 inches, and that was £3.99 with 40% off. And it's quite flexible. So I don't think it's clay. It's almost rubberized, rubber, sort of like soft rubbery silicone. I'd love to know what the material is, because of course it would be great to make our own. But anyway, that was, let's have a look, £3.99, 40% off. So I got that one. And then I got myself a bundle of these. I looked at these last time I was in, but just went for it this time. £3.99, because you can take all of those off and you can put them onto tags, gifts, or you can just hang them on the tree. So the little peppermint swirls there. And then I got myself some little pink Christmas baubles, because these are just great for attaching to tags. As you can see, you know, put your finger there, they're a perfect size, or sticking on a memory decks or something. And those were £2.99, 40% off. And I got myself 2 ornaments that were £3.99 each, because I do love my retro Christmas. In fact, I have 2 trees up in my house. I have one in the dining room and one in the living room. And the one in the living room is mine. And that is sort of like very traditional and vintage, very vintage, in fact. You know, it's sort of like shiny brights and what have you. And then there is a sort of retro tinsel tree in the dining room, which is like a dingy sort of like silver, still vintagey looking. But my husband prefers the sort of 1950s retro style things, which are all sort of turquoise and red and atomic and things like that. So we kind of have 2 trees going on. So anyway, me yappering on, I got these 2 and they were 40% off. And next up, I got this because I thought it would be absolutely awesome for trimming off tags and things. And this is a sort of like crystal tassel, and this was £2.99, 40% off. But I gave it a good squeeze, and all of those glittery bits, glass-like bits, are glued the whole length down, so you can just trim pieces off and, you know, glue it down underneath the sentiment or something. And there's what, 3, 6, 9, there's 12 strands on there. So I thought that was really good. And you can twist it all up and all sorts of things. So really like that. I mean, imagine going around a round shaker window or something with a bit of that. Just love it. So did I tell you how much it was? Yeah, £2.99 and 40% off. And last but not least, my little dear, because I have to have a dear every year. And this was £6.99 and 40% off. And she's leaping through the air, and she's supposed to hang from a tree. But what I usually do with mine is I carefully unscrew the hook from the top, and then I disguise that and seal it. And then I'll use like a cotton reel or something that I've stained up and trimmed up, and it can be leaping off its cotton reel, which will stand up rather than hang. So I do love my sort of like Bambi type retro deers, so I got that one, and of course it was almost half price, so I'm happy about that. Right, I have witted and talked and I thank you so much for joining me today, and I will be up again tomorrow with do you know, I haven't got a clue, so you'll just have to come back. But thank you so much for watching, and as usual, all links below. Bye.